And I also want to welcome you from recess. Welcome back.
On Tuesday, 20th June 2023, the Speaker, Anita Among, read a letter by the President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, returning the National Sports Bill 2023 to Parliament, in which he raised concerns on several clauses for reconsideration.
Section 32.2 still should be amended to provide as follows. A National Council of Sports shall have a board of 7 members, which shall be by the governing board of the council. 2, the board consists of the chairperson and other 6 members. There is need to make provisions for the schedule for sports facilities that will be vested in the council, specifying the location of the sports facility, the acreage, the current registered proprietor or proprietors of the sports facilities. The procedure for vesting the property in the council should be provided for. Kickboxing provided for under the schedule is no longer a recognized sport by the council and should therefore be deleted. Archery should be added into the schedule as it is recognized by the National Council of Sports. This has been referred to Committee of Education, and they should work on it and report back to the House.
In the sitting, the Speaker said Parliament will start publishing the attendance of members of Parliament and ministers as part of accountability to constituents.
We agreed regular attendance and participation both in the House and Committee, and based on that, we are making sure that the biometric finger login are working, and next week we will be publishing the attendance and performance of the last session.
During the sitting, the Committee on Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries urged government to subsidize the cost of Hass avocado and macadamia seedlings in a report presented by the chairperson, Honorable Janet Okorimo.
The committee also made cross-cutting observations that many Ugandans attempting to enter the Hass avocado and macadamia growing business are finding it difficult to buy and access the expensive seedlings. A seedling for Hass avocado is sold at between 5,000 and 8,000, which is high to an ordinary Ugandan. An acre requires 166 seedlings, translating into 830,000 shillings per acre for planting, which many farmers may not afford. The committee recommends that government subsidizes the price of Hass avocado and macadamia seedlings to make them viable to farmers, since the market price of these seedlings is largely unaffordable.
On Wednesday, 21st June 2023, legislators paid tribute to the former Supreme Court Judge, Justice Stella Arach-Amoko, who passed away on 17th June 2023.
As Ugandans, we've lost a distinguished, exemplary judge, very humane, and a judge who could easily be approached by anybody at any one time. Justice Stella Arach-Amoko was an icon of a dedicated and a professional, selfless public servant, and will dearly miss Stella.
Lady Justice Amoko made her mark while at the Commercial Division of the High Court. It was during her tenure as head of the Commercial Court that alternative dispute resolution strategies such as mediation and arbitration were introduced.
Justice Arach-Amoko established herself as a notable authority in election petitions. Her judgments, for instance, have since laid a very strong foundation for electoral jurisprudence in this country. For instance, in the case of Francis Babu versus Electoral Commission and Elias Rugwago, election petition number 10 of 2006.
Lady Justice Stella Arach-Amoko has been a God-fearing judicial officer who will be dearly missed by all who knew that while she was an earthly judge, there was a judge higher than herself.
A judge should be studious, courteous, conscientious, patient, punctual, just, impartial, fearless of public praise and clamor, indifferent to private political or partisan influences. He or she should administer justice according to law and deal with his or her office as a public trust. You would see that Justice Stella Arach-Amoko exemplified all these attributes.
I beg to move the motion and amend the motion before us that government increases resources for the judiciary so that they can do better. I beg to move.
On Thursday, 22nd June 2023, the Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Vincent Bamulangaki Ssempijja, presented a report on the attack on Lhubiriha Mpondwe Secondary School in Kasese district, saying UPDF is working to secure Kasese and its border with Congo.
We are carrying out investigations, Right Honorable Speaker and members, to establish and get answers to some pertinent questions, which everyone, including the honorable members, is asking. 1, why didn't people, both security and civilians, see them? 2, why were there no identification or suspicion of new or strange faces? All of these will be answered by the investigations. We appeal for calmness, vigilance, and cooperation from all citizens of goodwill in Rwenzori sub-region and the country at large, and as we continue to deliver on our constitutional mandate of preserving peace and security for person and property within this country and all round our territorial boundaries.
Kasese being on a border, it is very, very impossible for one to cross from DRC with a small smuggled item without being detected, followed, and arrested. Rebels crossed from Congo to Uganda and killed our young ones without being detected. The minister has just told us that these people attacked the school at 11:30. He has not told us what time his security forces reached at the school.
For us who were on the scene, realized that there was thin deployment. There was thin deployment. Why? Because the Major General, who is commanding our forces in Congo, informed us that they heard about the attack when they are in Congo. They attempted to come from Congo to come and rescue our people, but the Congo border could not allow them quickly to cross to Uganda side to rescue our people. Since we have thin deployment, let's reinforce the deployment by also involving our vigilantes on ground. Let them be armed so that in case we are attacked, even our local people who are trained participate in defending themselves.
We have about 5 people still in hospitals. My own estimation, Madam Speaker, is that where a hospital cannot manage their condition, and it's no wonder that yesterday we lost another life that was being managed in ICU at Wera Hospital. My prayer right now, because this can't wait, that government evacuates the 5 and they are taken to better equipped hospitals, specifically in Barera Hospital, which is not really very far from Kasese.
In the sitting, the Minister for Health, Honorable Jane Ruth Aceng, revealed that government needs 80.4 billion shillings for the deployment of pre-medical interns.
We received 22.9 billion Uganda shillings, but that is not for deployment of the current interns. It is to pay arrears of interns who had completed internship and had not been paid.
That is the 1,900 interns.
No, Right Honorable. Those are the 935 interns
who had completed internship in April this year. They had finished internship before they had gotten their payments. And also the senior house officers who are continuing, who had not been paid for a period of 4 months. So the 22.9 billion is to pay for their arrears. Now for the 1,901 interns, we require 80.4 billion Uganda shillings to deploy them. And out of that money, Ministry of Finance gave us 8 billion for interns and 2 billion for senior house officers. So we are not able to deploy until we are sure that the 80.4 billion will be provided. Right, Honorable, that is the correct position.
During the sitting, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development was tasked to present a report on the utilization of resources meant for the Rural Electrification Agency following its integration into the ministry that was premised on the rationalization of government departments and agencies.
On the 19th of May, we did pass the appropriation bill here, and during that debate, as you may recall, that the Ministry of Energy was deprived of 100 billion shillings that was supposed to be for electrification. The reason that was advanced for depriving the ministry of that money was because during the time of rationalization of REA, we did here authorize a transfer of funds that were in REA, totaling to so many billions of shillings, 500 plus, and the ministry had not absorbed this money or accounted for these resources.
My team is actually preparing the accountability of the money which this parliament actually transferred from REA to the ministry. The money is actually being used for implementing projects which are donor projects. The 500 billion shillings was not money for one financial year. It is actually being spent according to the work plans which were approved by Parliament again when you are appropriating the money, approving the support that we're getting from development partners.
We do not see any new projects in our constituencies. So where are those projects? Thank you.
Chairman, budget.
When we collapse REA vote, the money which was transferred was 527 billion for the entire financial year, one financial year. That's what we transferred, not for the entire project, but for one financial year. The absorption we normally see at physical progress, but we've not seen these projects. The money was not absorbed. It has been lying, going back to Treasury.
Honorable Minister, just go and bring in your report, and your report will be debated upon. We even want to understand whether it was a good decision for you to take REA. Because REA used to be more active when it was on its own.
Later, members of parliament called on government to replace the 60-year-old Karuma bridge following an incident where a trailer plunged into the River Nile after going over the barriers at the bridge on Tuesday, 20th June, 2023.
You're aware, Right Honorable Speaker, that this bridge was built in 1963, a year after Uganda attained independence, and so much has changed since then. I therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, pray that one, government takes an urgent and proper rehabilitation works on this bridge to save lives and properties of the citizens. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, a new bridge needs to be designed and constructed to fit the current demands and challenges.
It is true that this bridge is going to be redesigned. We are in the process of redesigning this bridge. We are only challenged with the funds. If we had the funds, we would have started the construction. But we are in discussions with some development partners to see that we redesign and reposition this bridge to meet the challenges of the increasing traffic on that road. It's very unfortunate that this number of accidents have happened, but we are going to increase more reinforcements as of now, so that at least if the truck hits on it, it doesn't topple over.
I adjourned the House to 2 p.m. on Tuesday.